let's just move over to the NASCAR side of things a little bit, and let's talk about the two cars that were disqualified that run first and second. Chase Elliott ends up getting the win. You know what I have a problem, Steve, with more than anything is these teams know that if they mess around with these cars, that they're going to get penalized, because NASCAR's made it very clear that if you tinker with these cars too much, the penalty is going to be severe. And I don't know why the teams don't understand that.
I struggle with that too, Scott, because it used to be there was a lot of gray area in NASCAR, and there still is when you work on your setups and your suspension pieces and stuff like that. You're still pushing things and trying to find things. But when it comes to these spec pieces, to me it seems very black and white.
Right.
Do not touch or alter.
Right.
I think, I understand that, and I don't know. Unless I'm reading something wrong. Now the acceptance of the acceptance by Joe Gibbs Racing. See, and the other thing that was interesting of last week, there was a bulletin that NASCAR issued that directly said, don't put stuff on these pieces, like tape on fascias.
Right.
And the read of the Joe Gibbs acceptance of it is that it was a miscommunication there at the shop, and they didn't get a chance to fix it. Maybe so, maybe not. You determine what you want to do, but boy, I'm telling you, that was a big mistake. That was a big mistake. A first place finish and a second place finish. You talk about, and NASCAR's been threatening to do that and threatening to do it.
Yeah.
And they pulled the trigger on it. And I would guess, I could be wrong here, but I would guess they've got everyone's attention. I think. Don't touch the parts.
Right.
I don't know, but I would think so.
I'm not sure that message is received by everybody yet, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
I don't know what more. I don't know what more you have to do, though, Scott.
Do you think that we're going to get to a point, Steve, to where the cars are going to have to come to inspection without the wrap on it, and they're going to have to put the wrap on it afterwards? Do you think we'll get to that?
No. I don't know. But when you look, they take the 38 car back, the Front Row Motorsports car back, and they've got tape all over the seams and everything else on it. So
right.
it's kind of sort of the same problem.
Yeah.
The wrap is hiding all kinds of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But the wraps are so important because it's the sponsorship on this thing. I don't know. I would hope that, when these cars roll into Indy, the body parts are remaining as they were when they arrived at the shops. I would hope. You're talking a race win, a second place finish, 100 points, fines, suspensions.
Right.
Do we need to ramp it up? I don't know.
No, it's hard to get your head around a little bit, isn't it? The way these teams, they just listen with the new car. It's kind of cut and dry, right? It's not like you mentioned a few minutes ago. It's not the old school way of looking for those gray areas. NASCAR has this car, and they've made it to where you're not supposed to touch certain elements of these race cars, right? We know that, and teams just continue to push the limit with NASCAR. You think this is a big enough message for everybody? You think then?
I don't know. See, and I think that's a really good point. I think it's in the DNA of a lot of these crew members and crew chiefs and engineers. They live working in the gray area.
Right.
And let's try it and let's do it. And I think they live there. And I think we need to change. We need to change the way they think. I hope. I can't imagine we need to go higher with penalties and higher with things. We've just taken away a win the first time since 1960.
I know it.
Scott, that's 62 years. The first time since 1960 we've taken a win from a team.
Right.
I feel like maybe they got everyone's attention. I don't know, but I feel like it.
Yeah. The first time they've taken a win away for a car because they've been cheating has been 62 years ago. You know, Steve, that's how old I am, by the way, 62 years old.
See that exactly. In your life, depending on when they did it, that year in 1960,
Right.
this might be the only time in your life they've done that.
Yeah, it's so crazy.